punctuality.
Kian, thank you so much. You waited so late to call in, but I appreciate everything you had to say, and you are the final caller today. Thank you so much. Also, a big hello to you, Roxanne. Hi, Shanique. Great conversation that she enjoyed the show today. Thank you so much, Chelly and Glenroy, Mandel, and Troy. Thank you so much, and for your phone calls as well. Guys, again, we could be in Exuma for the rest of the week. Be sure and tune in, okay?
Peace.
Stay exactly where you are. The news at 6 is straight ahead.
One of my hometown, behave now.
The views and opinions expressed on this show or program are not a reflection of the Bahamas Radio Network and, as an extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up first at 6, the Public Works Minister calling on the unions representing BPL workers to apologize to the Bahamian people for their blackout threats. Plus, the national flag carrier terminating several employees after a credit card fraud investigation. And the Bahamas making strides to get rid of plastic products.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. The Prime Minister opening a 3-day workshop today on the Freedom of Information Act. The legislation is expected to reinforce government accountability and transparency while promoting public participation and national decision-making. Fern Carey reports.
The training and implementation phase of the Freedom of Information regime is now underway, with government officials attending the first day of the 3-day workshop Monday. The workshop comes as the government prepares to fully implement the regime in the next budgetary year. On hand for the occasion, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis. He said while the Act facilitates full public access to government records, certain measures will be put in place.
There are a number of safeguards for the protection of an individual's sensitive personal data. The Act ensures the protection of national security matters, legal privilege, and certain government communications. With the exception of these carve-outs or exemptions, the Act provides the public wide access to records.
The Prime Minister indicated that an information commissioner will be appointed who will be a corporate individual who will have overall responsibility for the Freedom of Information regime.
The commissioner will be required to monitor public authorities to ensure that they are complying with the Act. The Information Commissioner will establish a Freedom of Information unit with its own staff, which will include one or more Deputy Information Commissioners and Assistant Information Commissioners. The Information Commissioner will enjoy independence and autonomy in operating and administering the Freedom of Information Unit.
Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
The Freedom of Information workshop will continue until Wednesday and will also include sessions for members of civil society and the media. Attorney General the Honorable Carl Bethel said an extensive training exercise will take place ahead of the full implementation of the Freedom of Information regime.
Every single government administrator's office in every family island, no matter how remote, will have to have an information officer who has to be trained. Every single government department, every single government corporation, every single corporation in which the government has a substantial interest, such as a BTC, will have to have a trained information officer. There's a whole process of training that has to be done. It'll be done at the same time, but it can't be done overnight.
Bahamas Air has terminated several employees following an investigation that revealed suspected credit card fraud. The matter has now been turned over to police and is being investigated by the Commercial Crimes Unit of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. A release issued by Managing Director Tracy Cooper says the airline conducted an internal investigation that uncovered a number of credit card ticket purchases that did not follow established protocols for card transactions. In that statement, the airline notes that it is committed to being a responsible steward of the people's resources. Threats of blackouts by unions representing workers at Bahamas Power and Light Company not sitting well with the Minister of Public Works. The Honorable Desmond Bannister is also calling on the union leaders to apologize to Bahamians, noting that their remarks were not only disappointing but out of line.
The unions obviously started on a wrong assumption, and that was an assumption that BPL was going to terminate persons. They didn't investigate what was said properly, and now they've issued threats that are almost terroristic in nature. It is a very, very, very disappointing for me because the leadership of the unions, persons who I thought were reasoned and could sit down and come and discuss their issues, their concerns.
Mr. Bannister is expected to meet with the unions this week. He also commented on how Bahamas Power and Light Company is expected to move ahead with its right-sizing proposals.
BPL inherited a plan from Power Secure, a business plan. BPL is looking at that business plan and revising it. Whenever they revise that plan, it will say exactly what needs to be done at that company. And then they're going to execute it. But right now, we don't have the business plan. We're looking for it. We're looking to develop it. And as soon as we develop the full business plan, then BPL will be able to execute that plan.
Meantime, Union President Paul Maynard says the unions are looking forward to entering into talks with the minister, management, and the board at BPL on plans to move forward and on those issues relating to right-sizing operations. Maynard also confirmed to ZNS News that the union is not on work to rule. And still to come, the Bahamas taking steps to eliminate the use of single-use plastics. And the Bahamas has taken the first step.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evil.
Red cheese, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evil.
Want to pay less? Or want to save more? Do both. Just bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. With a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank, you'll enjoy one easy monthly payment, plus the chance to win $5,000. So move your loans from other banks to Commonwealth Bank and get ready to pay less and save more.
Come on, it's time to go. We are the team, man.
I'm genius.
On Tuesdays, get 9 delicious pieces of chicken for just $12. KFC, made for moms who know how to solve everything, even though it seems it can't be done.
Coca-Cola Bahamas has always been a strong community partner for us. They've supported and helped us to
reach hundreds of young men through Sprite basketball,
create a fun and interactive United FC,
go a little bit further for our animal friends,
feed thousands of Bahamians every year,
preserve our natural habitat,
and celebrate Bahamian culture and Junkanoo on Pace.
The Caribbean Bottling Team is committed to the communities that we serve around the entire Bahamas.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
The Bahamas has taken the first step to eliminating the use of single-use plastics and products such as Styrofoam in an effort to leave a cleaner environment footprint in the country. Minister of Environment and Housing, the Honorable Ramal Ferreira, and officials for the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation signed a memorandum of understanding Monday morning to lead the elimination of the non-biodegradable products. He says the move is particularly important because the Bahamas relies heavily on its marine environment that has become polluted by plastics that break down and fish consume.
In an effort to simultaneously address marine pollution and waste management, it is my pleasure to officially announce the Ministry of Environment and Housing's initiative to ban single-use plastics such as shopping bags, food utensils, straws, styrofoam, food containers by the year 2020. Various marine species have been impacted by marine debris through entanglement, ingestion, chemical bioaccumulation, smothering, and the altering of habitats. Causing adverse effects on their health, and plastic contamination is passed up through the food chain, accumulating from prey to predator, and ultimately culminating in humans. And now we have come full cycle where we find ourselves eating our own plastics.
Chamber of Commerce CEO Edison Sumner says moving forward, officials will also have to look into how the ban will impact local businesses.
Plastic is one of those non-biodegradable products that can essentially take many hundreds of years to properly dissolve into the environment, if ever at all. So we want to move to the stage where we can reduce the incidence of that happening, and also to consider the fact that while we look at plastics and we look at the environmental impact of this, we must also, of course, as a chamber, be concerned about the economic side of this as well, because we understand that there are people who are producers of plastics and the beads, etc.
Access to financing is considered to be one of the biggest constraints that small and medium-sized companies in the region, especially here in the Bahamas, face that prevents them from growing. It's behind that premise that led the Caribbean Export Development Agency to launch its Direct Assistance Grant Scheme today. This program allows for SMEs who want to export and grow their operations to receive grants. The Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation is facilitating the one-day sensitization workshop. Its chairman, Michael Folks.
The domestic market is what it is. We all know that. But the export market, it's wide open. And one thing we say often is that we don't export enough. We don't produce enough and we don't export enough. It all ties in because it is all about economies, whether domestic or export. We need to expand economies because then we get to employ more people. And there's no question we need to employ more people in the Bahamas. We are working right now to get our first container load, a 40-foot container load of processing products from the Bahamas going into the EU, and so we're very excited about the prospects for businesses here in the Bahamas.
Representatives from several local businesses were in attendance to learn more about the initiative. It's a reimbursement program where successful candidates can be awarded anywhere from $12,000 to $60,000. The European Union funds the program. Senior Manager for Sales and Commercial Development at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Charles Pratt, and Manager for Competitiveness and Export Promotion, Christopher McNear, on why locals need to take advantage of this opportunity.
Hopefully we can see several businesses be granted the approval to receive their reimbursable grant, and which essentially would help the economy of Grand Bahama as they grow their businesses.
In the past, we haven't gotten much interest from Bahamian companies, so it'd be good if we can get a lot of interest from Bahamian companies. I think over the last 8 years, the last program, in fact, I think we only had 3 applicants from Bahamas. I'm very happy to hear that interest is there. And I think part of that has to do with the fact that BIC is playing a more important role in promoting the program and assisting companies in understanding what is going on.
With the increasing popularity of vacation home rentals and development projects, the island of Eleuthera is offering many investment opportunities for Bahamians. President of the Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce, Thomas Sands, called the uptick a shining light of possibilities. Sands, who will be speaking at the upcoming Eleuthera Business Outlook on Thursday, believes participants who will be able to get a full grasp of how the island can realize its full potential.
Bahamians who have worked in a strong tourist environment, who's had greatest exposure in the world, are the persons who see it and know how to execute on it. I've seen a number of Bahamians who are moving from Nassau who have worked Atlantis, they've owned their own businesses, they have lived and worked elsewhere in the world, and they're coming back to Eleuthera and they say, I see something here.
Sands says this year's the theme, creating a world-class Eleuthera, Harbour Island and Spanish Wells, fits perfectly what is happening on the island. A new component has also been added to the Outlook, a business license workshop. The workshop is designed to shed light on how to make business licenses process an easy and efficient one with experts at the helm. The one-day seminar is set to take place at the Valentine's Resort and Marina on Harbour Island.
In every business, you must understand your market. Who is your market? How do they need to be serviced, and so forth. And in terms of Eleuthera, because we have so many visitors during winter season that potentially have disposable income, that is a big part of our market. And so you have to figure out how you service that market. So I think one of the important things for a Bahamian that is there or a Bahamian who's coming in is to understand how you provide for that market. And I found generally, because they come to an island destination and they don't expect to find it, don't expect to find the services, they're either trying to bring it in or trying to substitute. We have to give the level of comfort that it is here and at a standard that they are used to.
Stay close, sports is up next.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Rugs, carpet tiles, ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters, located on Bernard Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you, offering free estimates and deliveries to the family islands. Wright's Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Bernard Road, telephone number 364-1260.
iCellular and Electronics is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. From the latest in cell phones and accessories like the iPhone 6s Plus to the Samsung S6 Edge, the latest in game consoles, games, and accessories. We also carry the best hoverboards, stereo sound systems, and much more. We also have certified technicians to fix all your electronic needs. Located in the Coconut Grove Plaza and the mall at Marathon. What are you waiting for? Come on down to CTI Cellular and Electronics today.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
BTC is giving the gift of rollover data, plus free unlimited WhatsApp calls, texts, pictures, and videos. Choose from our 1-day plan for $349, 7-day plan for $9.99, or a 15-day plan for only $29.99. We've even thrown in unlimited BTC to BTC calls and texts. Dial *203# to activate your plan today. Share every moment with BTC. Terms and conditions apply.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Here's your first look at sports. 6 years after they struck gold at the 2012 Olympic Games, the red carpet is still being rolled out for the country's Golden Knights. The latest celebrations came this weekend in Grand Bahama. The Grand Bahama Port Authority honoring the members of the 4x400 meter relay team, hosting Chris Brown, Michael Matthew, Ramon Miller, and Demetrius Pinder to a reception in the Port Lucaya Market Square. Here's Ricardo Lightbourne with the honorees.
We want to thank the Lord for allowing this opportunity, allowing the Port Authority for doing all of this for us. And it shows that they still recognize us, and it's really appreciated.
What about you, man, to be back home and to be recognized in this way?
Yeah, it's been truly a blessing, Of course, this is my hometown, so it's been good. I just want to say thank you, because it's been great.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Michael Pintard, unveiling the plans for sports in the Bahamas, in particular, the Second City Freeport Grand Bahama.
Both by the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority is to help brand Grand Bahama in general, Freeport in particular, as a sports destination, not just for national events, which we are presently hosting in several disciplines, but also for international events. At this time, I'd like to once again thank Sarah St. George and the Port Authority family for, in an earlier discussion, having made a commitment to work with the government through public-private partnerships in building out a wide range of facilities in Grand Bahama, the most significant of which at this point is a commitment to partner with us on the construction of a 50-meter swimming pool, which has created tremendous excitement in the Aquatics Federation in the Bahamas in general, and of course among swimmers here in Grand Bahama. That would certainly position us in a very significant way to not only hold international competitions, but also provide a space for training of both collegiate, high school athletes from around the world, as well as professional athletes who would prefer this climate. Grand Bahama economy is presently challenged, but we believe that we will turn the corner, and it will only happen through public-private partnerships.
With two major international tournaments under their belts, both hosted in 2017, the Bahamas Football Association is getting set to kick off again. The Bahamas Beach Soccer Cup will take place April 27th through the 29th at the Beach Soccer Stadium. The Bahamas has drawn Spain, USA, and Mexico for this tournament. Up first will be Mexico on Friday, and the team needs your help.
That comes out screaming Bahamas, wearing the colors, it makes a difference on the field, especially when you start to get tired because it's on the sand, so it's a high intensity game. A lot of bicycle kicks, all that kind of stuff, so each fan out here makes a difference, so make sure come out and support us.
Outgoing president of the Bahamas Amateur Boxing Federation, Wellington Miller, is optimistic that this newly elected executive board will make the right moves and the sport will have a hard-hitting return to prominence.
I feel great about it. Vincent is an experience and have the passion for the sports. Thompson, one of the vice president. Shervin Johnson is one of the vice president. All of them was involved in boxing from the beginning. So I believe that once they get together and once they start putting their plans together with their new energy, boxing will take off.
Bahamian track and field athletes were among those elite Caribbean and international athletes competing at the Grenada Invitational on the weekend. Placing third in the women's 200 meters was Tania Gator in a time of 23.62 seconds. Alonzo Russell's time of 46.25 seconds placed him fifth in the 400 meters, and Lee Van Sands got sixth in the long jump, 23 feet 11.5 inches. At the Michael Johnson Invitational at Baylor University, Texas A&M Serena Brown tossed the discus 170 feet 10 inches for the win. She also was sixth in the shot put with a heave of 46 feet 7.5 inches. Arkansas Laquan Nen placed 8th in the long jump with a pop of 22 feet 11 3/4 inches. Auburn's War Eagle Invitational Donald Thomas cleared 7 feet 7 1/2 inches to win the high jump. Auburn's Xavier Coakley was second in the 110-meter hurdles in 14.03 seconds. That's your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. There's more to come.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Hi, this is Bodine, and I am so happy to be able to find everything I need and more to live a fabulous life right here at Bahamas Design Center.
For all my cooking needs, for everything for entertaining my friends,
or just plain relaxing, Bahamas Design Center has it all.
Check out their Old Fort Bay store, their Airport Industrial Park Home Center, or their location on East Bay Street. Bahamas Design Center. Fabulous stores for fabulous living.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Minister D'Aguilar, now the Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands. What are your summer vacation plans?
I'm going to go to the Family Islands of the Bahamas to bring tourism back to our family of islands.
And there's no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands from Nassau.
Let's go.
Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the Family Islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com today.
Hey buddy, are you on TV? Look, are you on TV? Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartender, do you see me? Are you on television? I gotta tell my girlfriend I'm on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS.
Quick, are you on television? I don't have a TV in here. We have Wi-Fi though. We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone.
You just have to download the app. All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up before it's over again.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss I's a star now. I still gotta pay.
In Caribbean news this Monday, Barbados Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Steve Blackett, believes that a ferry service should be a significant feature throughout the northern and southern Caribbean as a means of reducing the cost of air and sea travel for business and pleasure. He made this observation recently while addressing a regional consultation for an effective platform for CARIFORUM. A World Bank Live report on climate change protecting Latin America and the Caribbean's future against climate risks was held last week Friday at the bank's headquarters in Washington, D.C. The event, moderated by Alberto Bello, the editorial director of CNN News affiliate in Mexico, said the panel was brought to bear in order to shed light on the ongoing issues from systematic financial risks to climate change. With no clear date set for the 2018 general election in Barbados, constitutionally mandated to be held this year, there is a general understanding that, as stated, the elections being constitutionally mandated, there must be an election unless there is some overwhelming national security interest that would prevent one from taking place. Parliament was automatically dissolved on March 6th.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, convective instability ahead of a weak front system, which is presently across northern Florida, fired up some showers in and around parts of the northwest Bahamas today. But outside of our studios, we have cloudy skies, temperature 84 degrees, a relative humidity 51%. The winds are out of the east-southeast at 7 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 1,016.7 millibars, that's 30.02 inches, and it is steady. That's going to do it for your first look at Weather at 6. Stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
Thanks, Basil, and that does it for the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. But don't you move. News from the north is up next.
homeowners getting some much-needed help. Oban Energy is reaffirming its commitment to Grand Bahama. And help is on the way for Samantha.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news with the hurricane season just over 6 weeks away, some homeowners can now breathe a sigh of relief as they can now begin home repairs. The Ministry of Works overseeing the distribution of checks today to help with repairs to structures that were compromised during the recent storms. A number of Grand Bahamians showed up at the National Emergency Management Agency headquarters after receiving the call that distribution of checks for roof repairs would take place on Monday morning. Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Works, Aaron Lewis, says homeowners from east to west with last names beginning from A to C were allowed to collect checks from the government's National Recovery and Repair Unit.
In tier number 1, we served 125 constituents. We now have a total of some 610 checks to give out. And again, we are, because of the number, we are going to be calling persons in sections to ensure that they are given the appropriate time to collect their checks. And we are urging persons only if you are called to come and collect your check. If our department called you, we don't expect you to call your sister or your brother or your mother and say, well, I'm going for my check, come and get yours too. Only persons that we are calling are asked to come down and to receive their checks.
He says another list is now being compiled and sent to Nassau so that those checks can be distributed as soon as possible. Lewis believes that this means a lot to Grand Bahamians who have been waiting for some time now for home repairs.
It's been long coming, and as you drive around town, you still see a lot of tarp on roofs. A lot of homes are still being damaged as a result of leaks, and we're just pleased that at this time the government is able to assist the constituents from East Grand Bahama all the way to West and some of the smaller keys to ensure that some relief. Again, all problems won't be solved, but we are targeting persons with roof issues.
The parliamentary secretary adds that once persons have been assessed and contacted, they should bring the proper identification for collection of checks.
Persons who are in wheelchair, those who cannot walk, we are asking the staff to go downstairs and meet them in their car or wherever they are able to come at the lower level. So we are trying to make it as comfortable and easy as possible for all.
Lewis adds that the deadline for the program was this past Friday.
There were a lot of complaints. I think we had some, they were in the thousands. And between NEMA and the Ministry of Works, we did our best to reach as many as possible. And in some instances, persons that we weren't able to reach, we used our discretion. Take a common sense approach to ensure that we help as many as possible. Those that we couldn't have gotten to by deadline, we made a judgment call. So the bottom line is we don't want to leave anybody behind. We're trying to give as much relief as possible to all and sundry. All those who would have had issues, we're not denying anybody. We're doing our best to ensure that relief is given so that persons can go into the hurricane season a little more comfortable.
Well, Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, Frederick McAlpine, on hand for that distribution of checks. Now, he is appealing to residents to use those funds wisely.
All of the persons from the various constituency, especially Pine Ridge, and inclusive of everyone on this island, you're receiving a check. This check is for roof repairs. Not to jump on Balearia, not to act as if it's Christmas. This is for the purpose of repairing your roof. We are presently moving towards hurricane season. The government has done this. They have held up their end of the bargain. Please, we don't want you to come back and say, well, you didn't get, or your roof isn't repaired. We have a list. We know who got their roof repaired, and so don't call us out so that we have to call you out.
Well, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture Michael Pintard says that a number of residents who have suffered damage during the storm have received help already privately.
And that may be by the Member of Parliament. It's by some of the churches who we are collaborating with. So we have an opportunity now to see, based on the government list, our relationship with the churches, with some of the nonprofit organizations, persons who are being helped by 2 and 3 organizations. We're asking residents who have gotten the supplies that they need to decline to accept additional supplies from some of the non-governmental organizations, churches, or even the government, so that somebody else can get assistance. There isn't sufficient resources to help all of the persons throughout the Bahamas, but the resources can stretch if persons only accept their fair share.
And switching gears now, Oban Energy is issuing a statement today reaffirming its commitment to Grand Bahama for the long haul. Officials say while their investment of $10 million to date represents research, technical, legal, local accommodations, and marketing, inclusive of Bahamian firms, they look forward to impacting the Grand Bahama economy in a more extensive way. The construction phase of the storage and refinery facility is expected to create some 600 direct and 1,000 indirect jobs. Now, upon completion, their full-fledged operation will boast of 250 permanent, well-paying jobs. Now, a strong focus will also be placed on East Grand Bahama, the University of the Bahamas Northern Campus, youth development through Grand Bahama, and a charitable connection with the wider Bahamas. Oban's statement concludes that with today's advanced technology and Oban's commitment to world-class standards, they are confident of delivering an environmentally safe establishment that will grow the economy of Grand Bahama and the wider Bahamas. In news from the crime beat, police in Grand Bahama are investigating a shooting incident that has left a man with some serious injuries. Police say around 2 o'clock Sunday morning, a man was reportedly parked in a vehicle in the area of Tamarind Street with two other occupants when a cream-colored Nissan March vehicle pulled up, and then shots were fired, hitting one of the men in the arm. Now, he was taken to the Rand Memorial Hospital. His injuries are listed as non-life-threatening. Police are actively investigating, and if you have any information that can assist, they're asking that you contact the Central Detective Unit at 350-3107 through 12, 911-919, or your nearest police station. Tony Jamal Smith, age 31 of Hernleen, wearing the white shirt, and Rico Hanna, age 23 of Kennedy Drive, wearing the green, purple, and yellow shirt, were both arraigned on the charge of attempted murder and possession of firearm with the intent to endanger life. Now, they were not required to enter a plea, and the matter will proceed by a voluntary bill of indictment. Bill was referred to the Supreme Court, and the matter was adjourned to July 23rd. The attempted murder charge is in connection to an incident that occurred on the Mall Drive last Tuesday night when the driver of a silver two-door Chevy Cavalier was shot by the occupants of a silver Mazda that pulled up and opened fire. The male driver of the Cavalier sustained injuries to the upper body. He was hospitalized and is in serious condition. Smith and Hanna were also charged with possession of dangerous drugs. They both pled not guilty, and that matter was adjourned to June 4th. Meantime, Alfred Harris, age 18 of Dampere Drive, wearing the black jacket, was arraigned before Magistrate Charlton Smith on causing grievous harm and possession of a firearm with the intent by means to endanger life. He pleaded not guilty to causing grievous harm and was not required to enter a plea on the other charge. He was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until June 19th. Now, charges stem from a shooting incident on Thursday night. Reports say that there was an altercation between two men in a parking lot of a business establishment near East Sunrise Highway, and that resulted in one of the men being shot. In other news, no activity in the Supreme Court today in the Barry and Sheena Johnson murder trial. Attorney Jeffrey Farquharson was expected to continue with his closing statements, but it was delayed until tomorrow afternoon, and after another attorney reported that he was sick and he was unable to attend court. A juror was unable to attend as well. Now, when the trial resumes tomorrow morning, Attorney Farquharson, who represents defendant Paul Belizaire, is expected to continue with closing remarks. Belizaire, along with two other defendants, Devon Hall and Kevin Dames, are standing trial for the murder of Barry and Sheena Johnson at their home in Holmes Rock in 2015. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
It's time time to go green again.
With tropical palms from Dolly Madison, Grand Bahama. You asked for it, and Dolly Madison's got it. Flowering trees, tropical palm trees, landscaping trees, indoor and outdoor plants, fruit trees, vegetable plants, and seeds galore.
It's time to go green again.
Yes, it's time to restore your yard and outdoor sanctuary. Make your home and garden green again. But hurry while supplies last.
Come on down now.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration Balearia FRS Bahamas Air Hotel car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry them. So complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick to Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags, your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers to all our thrifty Hertz and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
Where you going, mate?
To go buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why is boy so dumb? Tickets242.com.
You know how hard it is.
They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything.
You know how expensive bus is.
Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off.
You know how strong mosquitoes is.
Or you could go to the box office downtown at the Genesis Street Girl.
You ain't scared of Joneses either.
Where do you go when you're looking for low prices and quality meats? You go to Mulligan's Meats and Spices, KMW Plaza, or Mulligan's Meat and Spices at the rear of the Britannia Mall on Luna Boulevard. New things are happening at Mulligan's Meats. They have everyday low prices on groceries, frozen foods, produce, dairy, health, and beauty care. Visit their meat department where beef, chicken, turkey, and mutton are cut right before your eyes. Mulligan's has everything you need, incredible service, and courteous staff. Mulligan's providing quality products at great prices. This portion of the news is brought to you by Gold Rock Concrete, now manufacturing 4, 6, and 8-inch concrete blocks and ready-mix concrete. Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Help is on the way for Samantha Schroeder, the young woman in need of a roof over her head. Now, we brought you her story on Friday past, and since then, many have been coming to her rescue. It is a story that has touched the hearts of many Bahamians. The story of Samantha Schroeder, a young woman who has been living in her car for months. She made an appeal on the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition for anyone to assist her with roof repairs. On Sunday, the Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, along with a team from the Grand Bahama Port Authority and a number of contractors who were moved by her story, visited the young woman's home to make an assessment.
What we saw was heartbreaking. And we felt within ourselves that we are compelled to respond the way we are. The conditions are unlivable. And based on the professional and technical persons, it is unlivable, and basically the building is condemned.
He says while her appeal is for a new roof, based on the contractor's assessments, her home does not appear to be structurally sound. But before they begin work, there are some legal issues that may have to be worked out.
We need to inquire about the legality of the property. We don't want to just rush in and recognizing that who's the owner, how long has this building been in this condition, is there somebody else responsible for this building other than Samantha? Those are the things that we have to work out from a legal perspective, because none of us want to be held liable for doing something. And we don't want to go and fix somebody else's property up for Samantha and for her to still be left out in the cold.
Darren Cooper has also been working along with the contractors. He says it may take some 4 to 6 weeks to tear down the structure and rebuild. But the good news is these contractors are willing to work and work for free.
If this building is repaired, Samantha still will not qualify for power, and she will not qualify for running water. And so why repair something when she's not going to qualify for these amenities that you need to live and for her daughter to be able to live with her? Just materials and free labor, we're looking anywhere about $45,000 to $50,000 properly constructed. We're looking at a 2-bedroom one bath, a front room, and a kitchen sort of structure. And so we still have to do some repairs to the floor and all that sort of stuff. So, and materials about that.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority officials have also been touched by Samantha's story. The chief building manager says they are willing to do whatever they can.
We are prepared as the Grand Bahama Port Authority Building Department to work with the contractors and the team that will be assembled to reduce the time for any either reconstructive efforts or even if it's to a new location, to try and work with the team to get that time reduced as much as possible, and to ensure that whatever structure is replaced, that it will be safe enough to be reoccupied.
When our news team met with Samantha on Sunday, she was told that she would be assisted with housing by Urban Renewal until her home is reconstructed. Now, sources close to our newsroom say that Samantha was given living accommodations for a week, courtesy of a private citizen. And now on to some sad news. The Grand Bahama community mourning the passing of businessman Jessup Sire Johnson, a native of 8 Mile Rock. Johnson passed away at the Rand Memorial Hospital on Saturday from complications associated with diabetes. A thriving businessman, Sire Johnson only recently opened the third in a chain of restaurants in Freeport. The 67-year-old was also a major contributor to various sporting and social organizations throughout Grand Bahama. Now, funeral arrangements have not yet been planned. And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome. PW asks this question: can using weight loss products lead to eating disorders? Eating disorders often develop in the teen and young adult years, although they can develop at other ages. Symptoms vary depending on the type. Anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder are the most common types. Today we'll discuss anorexia, which is a potentially life-threatening eating disorder characterized by an abnormally low body weight, intense fear of gaining weight, and a distorted perception of weight or shape. People with anorexia use extreme efforts to control their weight and shape, which often significantly interferes with their health and life activities. When you have anorexia, you excessively limit your calories or use other methods to lose weight, such as excessive exercise, using laxatives or diet aids, or vomiting after eating. If you are severely underweight or malnourished, hospitalization may be necessary, particularly if there are complications from the eating disorder that affect the major organs of the body, like your heart, liver, and brain. Long-term treatment involves therapy, medications, and other treatments that help to control obsessions and urges relating to food and that control depression and anxiety. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us. Ricardo Lightbourne has a check on sports when we come back.
More on Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
Hi, sweetie. Could you give me...
A high five?
No, honey. I was asking if
The
you could
remote
give me...
control?
No, I want...
A kiss. You're so pretty.
Get the KFC Big Box! 2 pieces of chicken, fries, coleslaw, corn, and our new cinnamon biscuit bites, and a 20-ounce drink. Only at KFC Freeport. KFC, always original and finger-licking good. Get the KFC Big Box!
KMW Battery and Tire Sales is offering oil change special for just $49.99 plus VAT. Includes oil and filter. KMW is located on West Settlers Way.
See color in a whole new way. Our PPG Voice of Color interactive display lets you see color like never before. Just pick your space, scan the colors, and drag and drop them in. Selecting the perfect color has never been easier or more affordable, with new, lower, everyday prices on our best sellers. All with the expert advice you just won't find anywhere else. Only at Paint Fair, West Settlers Way, 3529788.
The Office of the Prime Minister Grand Bahama, in partnership with the GB Chamber of Commerce, presents Business to Business Expo 2018 on April 26th at Pelican Bay Resort.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Sports. I'm Ricardo Lightfoot. Tonight this one goes to our very own Brando Bubba Stewart. Yes, folks, he is a year older, a year better. You better call him, okay? Igmar Rock Blue Jays held a special assembly at the school to congratulate 2 of its Carifta medalists. This year's games was exciting, folks, and Sheena Farquharson was there for the celebration.
They were ushered into the 8 Mile Walk Gymnasium like the true heroes that they are, with a rousing round of applause from students and teachers who cheered them on after Latrell captured the Bahamas' first gold in the under-17 boys triple jump at the 47th annual Carifta, and Devontae helped Team Bahamas to secure silver in the under-17 boys 4x4 meter finale. Principal Chester Cooper believes that this is just the beginning for these young men, while District Superintendent Ivan Butler not only congratulated them, but also their coach, Sandra Lang.
Latrell Devontae, this is a big deal. How many young people can brag and say that they are Carifta medal holders?
These 2 young men could not have done it without Ms. Lang, dedication and commitment. And teachers and coaches, that is exactly what we need to be to our students. We must be committed and dedicated to their cause.
Success does not come without sacrifice. And I can truly say that both of these athletes and their parents have made many sacrifices.
Also bringing remarks was former student of 8 Mile Rock High School and Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Pakisha Edgecombe. Guest speaker, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Michael Pintard, also shared some encouraging words.
Oftentimes, many of you will be counted out because of the area that you may come from. We have to ensure, as Ms. Lang has stated and those previously before me stated, we are just as talented as any other youth in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
It cannot be right that we focus only on Freeport or focus in New Providence. The West has tremendous talent. You have produced incredible athletes, you have produced incredible cultural artists, and we have to make sure that you get your fair share of the resources.
Shashina Rolf-Arkeson, ZNS Total Sports.
And the Grand Bahama Port Authority celebrating the accomplishments of the Golden Knights, folks, winning the gold medal in the 4x400 meter relay in 2012 Olympic Games in London. Sunday at Port Lucaya was a lot of fun. Visitors in Port Lucaya for the Golden Knights celebration. Will Stubbs serving as the master of ceremony, and everybody in Port Lucaya was his cousin. Yes, there was a dancing and part of the celebrations on Sunday, and yes, Will Stubbs was Will Stubbs. Laughter the highest order. Then the entrance of the Golden Knights, led by the classic dancers Junkanoo Group. Chris Brown, Michael Matthew, and Ramon Miller enjoying the celebrations in their honor. Lots of hugs from friends, family, and friends. Yep, the cell phones were out, the cameras to capture the moment. Demetrius Pinder's flight was delayed, but got in just in time for the celebrations. And just in case you missed the 2012 London Olympic gold medal performance, a reenactment, and who has the call? Will Stubbs.
Come on, Ramon! You can
An incredible evening and celebrations for the accomplishments of the Golden Knights. For Ramon, Michael, and Chris, a special honor.
We want to thank the Lord for allowing this opportunity, allowing the Port Authority for doing all of this for us. And it shows that they still recognize us, and it's really appreciated.
Yeah, it's been truly a blessing, Of course, this is my hometown, so it's been good. I just want to say thank you.
Give God thanks and praise for all that's going on and me being able to celebrate this with my teammates. But it's a great opportunity. It's great for the country. It's great. We appreciate what's going on for us right now and looking forward for tomorrow.
The GBPA and the Grand Bahama community remembering the Golden Knights in a special way. And they had a wonderful time. Don't forget also the Grand Bahama Primary School track and field meet will start tomorrow. We'll give you more on that. They got the field events. Go out and support the kids starting 10 o'clock at the GB Sports Complex. That's it for sports tonight.
Tickets242.com has got your tickets for the Stage Star showing at the Regency Theater, May 4th through the 6th, 11th, and 12th. Phone 727-1486.
Hi, I'm Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only two types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coptotermes formosanus, or the super termite, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue. Call us today at 351-7378.
Zion United Baptist invites you to their 47th Annual District Convention, May 1st through the 6th, 7:30 p.m. nightly at Central Zion Baptist Church, downtown 8 Mile Rock. Plan to attend.
The Awards and Science Center has everything you need to help you give that special someone the most amazing personalized creative gift. One-of-a-kind floral arrangements to brighten someone's day. Recognition awards ranging from plaques to trophies. And yes, even tombstones to memorialize your loved ones. Visit the Awards and Science Center and be dazzled by our vast, beautiful array of supplies on West Atlanta Drive. The Awards and Science Center.
All last year, I felt the love, Belinda. But this year, I want to just kick it up a notch.
Did you hear about our new bamboo line?
When he started talking about them, you can sit on TV.
Hold on, Dr. Love. Not that type of bamboo you're talking about. You ain't hear about the nice bamboo sheet. And you can get it in all colors. And if you ain't want it in the sheets, Dr. Love, you can get it in the pillows.
Thank God for island bedding.
Come and visit me at number 5, Queens Highway, Island Bedding.
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Part-time, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS.
Quick, I'm on television. I don't have a TV in there.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone.
You just have to download the app. All right, hold on. Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up and start over again.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss, I just start now. I still gotta pay.
Okay, so first things first, if you want to assist Samantha Schroeder, you can go to Kelly's or Gold Rock and you can donate some funds, and that'll be used to assist with her building supplies.
Okay, help us out, and this is the time for giving. Make sure it happens.
Yeah.
Okay? We do apologize that this time, so you was like 2 conch salad down.
Listen, not tonight. Not tonight. And a special kudos to Brando. Brando turned 60 today, our very own Brando Store.
And he noticed he dyed his hair.
Yeah.
Way to go, Brando.
I don't
Way
like
to go,
it,
boy.
though.
Yeah,
and then to the 007 line of Grand Bahama Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Happy Deltaversary to you, ladies.
That's $5.
Sorry. That's going to do it for us here in the North on behalf of our entire ZNS News team.
Oh, we got a light.
I'm Shashina Roll Parkinson. Stay with us. Bye.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. The Prime Minister foreshadows the parameters for Freedom of Information legislation. Bahamas Air staff axed amidst a fraud investigation. And the Works Minister snaps back on blackout threats. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
The Freedom of Information Bill getting renewed focus. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping the news tonight, the Prime Minister opening a 3-day workshop today on the Freedom of Information Act. The legislation is expected to reinforce government accountability and transparency while promoting public participation in national decision-making. Fern Carey was at today's opening.
The government began the full training and implementation phase of the Freedom of Information regime Monday with a workshop attended by members of Parliament and other government officials. The regime is expected to be fully implemented within the next budgetary year. On hand for the occasion, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis. He noted that while the much-anticipated piece of legislation will provide residents with access to government records, various measures will also be put in place.
There are a number of safeguards for the protection of an individual's sensitive personal data. The Act ensures the protection of national security matters, legal privilege, and certain government communications. With the exception of these carve-outs or exemptions, the Act provides the public wide access to records.
The Prime Minister pointed out that each public authority to which the Act relates will have information managers to facilitate requests for and the granting of access to records.
These information managers will be required to undergo special training. Each public authority, in consultation with the Information Commissioner, must ensure that training is provided for its officials regarding the right to information and the effective implementation of the provisions of this Act.
Now, according to the Prime Minister, the Act also provides for the appointment of an Information Commissioner, who will be a corporate individual who will have overall responsibility for the Freedom of Information regime. He also noted that the Act provides for various levels of appeal.
The Commissioner will be required to monitor public authorities to ensure that they are complying with the Act. The Information Commissioner will establish a Freedom of Information unit with its own staff, which will include one or more Deputy Information Commissioners and Assistant Information Commissioners. The Information Commissioner will enjoy independence and autonomy in operating and administering the Freedom of Information unit.
Now, these informational sessions will continue over the next several days and will include members of civil society and members of the press. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
Well, the Freedom of Information workshop, as you heard, will continue through Wednesday and will include sessions for members of civil society and the media. Attorney General Senator the Honorable Carl Bethel said an extensive training exercise will take place ahead of the full implementation of the Freedom of Information regime.
Every single government administrator's office in every family island, no matter how remote, will have to have an information officer who has to be trained. Every single government department, every single government corporation, every single corporation in which the government has a substantial interest, such as a BTC, will have to have a trained information officer. There's a whole process of training that has to be done. It'll be done at the same time, but it can't be done overnight.
Now, regarding the cost of training, the Attorney General gave this response.
I just had words with the Minister of Finance, who sort of wished to get some sense of what we were looking at. I indicated he should program a certain amount under a separate item to fund the training that is going to be desperately needed over the course of the next budget year. but it is our intention, as a matter of policy, to fully implement the Act as soon as possible.
In other news tonight, the government taking a cue from other countries and joining the growing global effort to protect the environment. At a press conference this morning, officials took the first step toward reducing the use of plastic in the country that they hope will lead to a cleaner ocean and a healthier public. Here's Cleopatra Murphy.
The Bahamas is moving to ban the use of plastic bags, single-use food utensils, and styrofoam food containers by 2020. Officials from the Ministry of Environment and the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation signed a memorandum of understanding Monday that Minister of Environment, the Honorable Romuald Ferreira, says is an effort to address marine pollution and waste management.
A study conducted by Ellen MacArthur Foundation found that at least 8 million tons of plastic waste end up in the world's oceans each year and will remain there for at least a century. By 2025, it is projected that there will be 1 ton of plastic for every 1 ton of fish, with plastic trash eventually outweighing fish in biomass.
The Environment Minister says plastics that do not break down is eaten by fish that the public eventually eats, and further noted that chemicals from styrofoam can cause health issues. Aside from health implications, Ferreira says plastic pollution can be detrimental to the economy.
A study done by the Ministry of Tourism found that 70% of visitors come to the Bahamas for its beaches. However, the Bahamas Plastic Movement estimates that at the rate of plastic pollution now, if we maintain our status quo, it can cause up to $8.5 million, and that's Bahamian dollars, in losses to our tourism industry annually.
Ferreira says the ban will provide economic opportunity for job creation, and Chamber of Commerce Environment Chair Debbie Deal suggests existing businesses can save money.
To all artists, straw vendors, and creatives among us, it's time for you to get busy and get creative. Let's redesign the traditional crocosac bags and add some ambrosia and a dash of native straw.
If you are, let's say, a large grocery store and you bring in 26 million plastic bags to give away a year, why not take a little bit of that budget and empower people to make your own bags for you?
Ferreira says as his ministry moves forward, it will engage in a national public consultation and educational campaign before the ban takes effect. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Well, still ahead tonight, the Prime Minister returns to the Bahamas with the presumed threat by Bahamas Power and Light unions on his mind. And the minister responsible for BPL says the government will not tolerate any threats. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. We'll be back after this.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Letty, designed for extra miles.
Are your monthly bills coming in on top of your holiday bills? It's time for a change. Bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. Move your high-rate loans and credit card balances from other banks to a low-rate consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank. Less stress, less to pay, each and every month. Plus, the chance to win $5,000. So make a change. Get a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank and pay less.
Every day you wake up with the world in the palm of your hand. Making connections and creating memories and sharing them with the people you care about. Every day the world is at your fingertips, and you can experience every blockbuster movie in stunning HD and top 100 Billboard music hit with the touch of a button. Every day, your family and friends are important to you, and staying in touch no matter where you are in the Bahamas or the world is your #1 priority. And that's why, every day for over 100 years, BTC has been there to ensure that every Bahamian has the best connection to the world. We cover every island, rock, and key, regardless of the cost. This is BTC Country.
Guys, come on. It's time to go. We are here, man.
Mom Genius. On Tuesdays, get 9 delicious pieces of chicken for just $12. KFC, made for moms who know how to solve everything, even though it seems it can't be done.
Home is more than where the heart is. Home is where the children feel safe, a place where family comes first. Come home today with a BOB residential mortgage. Enjoy attractive rates with up to 25 years to repay, or use the equity in your home to fund home improvements or other worthwhile needs. Isn't it time you came home to a place of your own? Talk with us today. BOB, your bank of solutions.
Celebrate Administrative Professionals, better known as Secretary's Day, at Sapodilla Restaurant this Wednesday, April 25th. Executive Chef Edwin Johnson has prepared a fantastic corporate lunch menu for assistants, receptionists, and the administrative support professionals that make it happen every day. So treat the office, make it memorable, live the experience. RSVP today, 327-2161. Reservations at sapodillabahamas.com.
Available at Jimmy's Liquor Store or your favorite restaurant or liquor stores throughout the Bahamas.
If you want to get a little spring in your step, then head to your favorite Super Value or Quality Supermarkets location for spring-worthy specials like Cardinal Cream Large Can, 89 cents. Chicken Leg Quarters 10-pound bag, 89 cents per pound. Rosoni Ready Cut Macaroni 14.1 ounce box, 99 cents. First Choice Sugar 4-pound bag, $1.99. Jumbo Red Seedless Grapes, $2.99 per pound. Sunny Delight Smooth Tangy 64 ounce or Sips Drinks Assorted Flavors 59 ounce size, 2 for $4.78. April is Buy Bahamian Month at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis updating the public on his government's discussions on potential layoffs at the Bahamas Power and Light Company. On Friday, unions representing Bahamas Power and Light were adamant that they do not support any plan for redundancies and called upon executives to meet with them to address the issues as opposed to seeking to do so in the media. Well, Prime Minister Minnis was asked about the matter during his press conference yesterday afternoon at the Lynden Pindling International Airport.
The Minister of Labour and Labour Ministry would be meeting this week with the relevant authorities from BPL, that is both unions, the board, and they would work towards a amicable resolution. As you know, electricity is very important to us there, and we would do everything in our power to ensure that there's no loss of power, because there are some people who are sick and they need the power for their medication, the schools, the computer system. So it can affect the entire economy, and it's our job as government to protect the economy and protect the quality of life and improve the quality of life of Bahamian populace.
Prime Minister Minnis also commented on the results of public domain polls issued last week, which indicated Bahamians are already losing confidence in the Free National Movement administration as they near their first year in office.
If you look at every poll throughout the world, everyone, Bahamas is a part of the global hemisphere, government usually lowers capita during the first year. That's accepted. That's standard. But let's look at why. Government makes promises and commitment. Government and the people's expectation is high, and I accept that. But you put me in office for 5 years. I can't do it in 1 year, and that's the expectation. And because it's not done in 1 year, you would expect there'd be some degree of disgruntledness, etc. That's normal. However, what we stated we would do, we would deliver.
The Minister of Public Works says threats of blackouts by the unions representing employees of BPL will not be tolerated, and he's calling on the unions to apologize for their comments. Betty Thompson-Moss has that.
Unions at the Bahamas Power and Light Company were adamant as they warned of blackouts during the hot summer months over right-sizing plans at BPL. Those remarks not sitting well with the Minister of Public Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister. In fact, he says the claims by the union were not only disappointing, but out of line.
The unions obviously started on a wrong assumption, and that was an assumption that BPL was going to terminate persons. They didn't investigate what was said properly. And now they've issued threats that are almost terroristic in nature. It is a very, very, very disappointing for me because the leadership of the unions, persons who I thought were reasoned and could sit down and come and discuss their issues, their concerns.
Regarding the threats, Mr. Bannister said nobody will be allowed to hold the Bahamian people in hostage.
The country is not going to tolerate it. As minister, I can't tolerate those kinds of threats. Just when BPL has started to work to regain respect for the Bahamian people, we have persons who are highly paid, or well paid, and who are making threats that they really ought not to have done. And so I was disappointed to hear them. I will seek at some stage to meet with these union leaders.
Mr. Bannister also commented on how the Bahamas Power and Light Company is expected to move ahead with its right-sizing proposals.
BPL inherited a plan from Power Secure, a business plan. BPL is looking at that business plan and revising it. Whenever they revise that plan, it will say exactly what needs to be done at that company. And then they're going to execute it. But right now, we don't have the business plan. We're looking for it. We're looking to develop it. And as soon as we develop the full business plan, then BPL will be able to execute that plan.
Now, talks with the unions could come as early as this week and lend to further clarity on BPL's staffing. As it stands, Mr. Bannister says the union leaders should apologize to the Bahamian people for their comments and enter into dialogue for fruitful resolution over the issue. Betty Thompson-Moss, ZNS Network News.
Bahamas Air has terminated several employees following an investigation which revealed suspected credit card fraud. The matter has now been turned over to police and is being investigated by the Commercial Crimes Unit. A release issued by Managing Director Tracy King says the airline conducted an internal investigation which uncovered a number of credit card ticket purchases which did not follow established protocols for card transactions. In that statement, the airline notes that it is committed to the responsible stewardship of the people's resources. In other crime news, Shamika Gibbs of Martin Street appeared before a Supreme Court judge today after having been convicted of 8 counts of stealing by reason of employment and 16 counts of falsification of accounts, resulting in $704,580 being stolen from the College of the Bahamas, now the University of the Bahamas, between March 2008 and October 2015. The 40-year-old was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment with an additional 5 years to be spent at the Department of Corrections if the funds aren't repaid. Attorney Delancey appeared for the Crown and attorney Roger Gomez represented the accused. Free National Movement Chairman Carl Culmer has issued a statement on the Progressive Liberal Party's silence on what he terms as the country begins to see the true cost of their mismanagement and corruption. The statement says that amid new revelations of the true cost of the PLP's mismanagement and corruption, the PLP continues to play politics and not come clean about the culture of corruption which they created during their 5 disastrous years in government. The statement goes on to say that PLP leaders continue to accuse the Prime Minister of talking the Bahamas down while on international trips. He said nothing could be further from the truth. On his trips, Mr. Culmer says the Prime Minister continues to sell the Bahamas as a paradise for tourists, a land for investors, and a better and improved environment in which to do business. He says the government continues to work hard each day to implement practices and to remove the bureaucratic red tape which impedes the ease of doing business for both local and international investors. Instead of telling untruths about our Prime Minister, Mr. Culmer says the leader for the opposition should provide answers in regards to the Water and Sewage Corporation audit. The statement concludes, "It's time to come clean to the people about the corruption that went on under the PLP government. Hiding it is no longer an option." That's a statement from the F&M chairman, Carl Culmer. Well, access to financing is considered to be one of the biggest constraints that small and medium-sized companies in the region, especially here in the Bahamas, face, which prevents them from growing. It's behind that premise that the Caribbean Export Development Agency launched its Direct Assistance Grant Scheme on Monday at Super Clubs Breezes. This program allows for small and medium-sized enterprises who want to export and grow their operations to receive grants. The Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation is facilitating the one-day workshop. Its chairman, Michael Folks, on the program's significance.
The domestic market is what it is. We all know that. But the export market, it's wide open. And one thing we say often is that we don't export enough. We don't produce enough and we don't export enough. It all ties in because it is all about economies, whether domestic or export. We need to expand economies because then we get to employ more people. And there's no question we need to employ more people in the Bahamas. We are working right now to get our first container load, a 40-foot container load of processing products from the Bahamas going into the EU, and so we're very excited about the prospects for businesses here in the Bahamas.
Now, representatives from several local businesses were in attendance to learn more about the initiative. It's a reimbursement program where successful candidates can be awarded anywhere from $12,000 to $60,000. The European Union funds the program. Senior Manager for Sales and Commercial Development at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Charles Pratt, and Manager for Competitiveness and Export Promotion, Christopher McNair, on why locals need to take advantage of the opportunities.
Hopefully we can see several businesses be granted the approval to receive their reimbursable grant, and which essentially would help the economy of Grand Bahama as they grow their business.
In the past, we haven't gotten much interest from Bahamian companies, so it'd be good if we can get a lot of interest from Bahamian companies. I think over the last 8 years, the last program, in fact, I think we only had 3 applicants from Bahamas. I'm very happy to hear that interest is there, and I think part of that has to do with the fact that BIC is playing a more important role in promoting the program and assisting companies in understanding what is going on.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest delivered the keynote address at the Caribbean Anti-Money Laundering and Financial Crimes Conference in Miami, Florida. In his address, Turnquest told delegates that the Bahamas has set a target of moving substantially toward a digital, cashless economy. This would allow family island communities to have access to financial services. In other business news, Alive opened a new store in Deadman's Key, Long Island on Friday. This comes as the company continues its family island rollout expansion. Long Island Administrator Cleola Pinder says they embrace all of the benefits associated with Alive's service. Chief Officer Damian Blackburn says the company remains committed to providing superior products and customer service throughout the Bahamas. And in international business news, the European Commission has launched an in-depth investigation into Apple's acquisition of the music app Shazam. This has caused a 4-month delay in one of Apple's biggest deals. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
Have you checked out Bahamas.com lately? Well, take some time and have a look. The rest of the world has taken notice of the Islands of the Bahamas' official website that recently won 2 international awards. Bahamas.com won a prestigious award in the 2017 Interactive Media Awards in the Travel and Tourism category. The Best in Class award is the highest honor bestowed by IMA and represents the very best in planning, execution, and overall professionalism. Bahamas.com successfully passed through the IMA's comprehensive judging system, receiving high scores in design, content, feature functionality, usability, and standards compliance. But that's not all. We're celebrating another achievement here at the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism and Aviation. Bahamas.com also won a Webby Award, the Internet's highest honor. Bahamas.com was awarded with an official honorary certificate in the 22nd Annual Webby Awards. Out of over 13,000 entries received from 70 countries and all 50 United States, Bahamas.com was ranked among the top 18% by the Academy. Well, the proof is in the pudding. More and more people around the world are clicking on Bahamas.com, and it's all thanks to ongoing improvements. So let's take a look at some of them. Enhancing the ability for visitors to search for places to stay in the Bahamas, expanding individual property listings with larger imagery, videos, a map, relevant activities, and TripAdvisor reviews, adding a commission-free hotel book direct engine on Bahamas.com, and of course, lots of amazing content are just some of the reasons why the website is seeing more unique visitors. But don't take our word for it. Go check out Bahamas.com ASAP. Read more about the awards on tourismtoday.com.
It's BTC every day.
As you know, Flow in one form or another, whether it be cable and wireless, or the various other names that we've been known by over the years, we've been inextricably bound up to the Caribbean for the last well over 100 years. So it is almost natural for us to partner with an incredible event like the Flow Carifta Games. We like to think of the Flow Carifta Games as the Olympic Games of the Caribbean. And you know why. It's basically spawned a number of world-beating, world-class athletes from this region, and we expect it to continue to do so for well into the future. We're launching Flow Sports 2, a new channel. And this channel is going to be exclusive to Flow TV customers. And it's going to be full of world-beating sports content. The other thing we're announcing as well is that we're going to make Flow Sports 1, which used to be the old Flow Sports. We're renaming it now Flow Sports 1, and we're going to make that available to all of our Flow and BTC mobile customers. And it basically fulfills the mandate we've gotten from customers, frankly, to make sports and just overall video content available to them where they are, whenever they want it.
It's BTC every day.
Know how you can save more money, save more time, earn more interest, and have more for the future? The solution is an account from Fidelity Bank. With our ASU Savings, fixed deposits, and preferred client program, you can get free financial advice from our team of experts, competitive interest rates, and free online banking for simple and safe banking anytime, anywhere. Open a fixed deposit or savings account with Fidelity by visiting a branch today. Get into the rhythm of saving with Fidelity. Fidelity, we're good for you.
The concierge service is the best thing ever. Like, it is so fabulous, especially for someone like me where I cannot leave my office, my job, to go do anything in the middle of the day because I'm on the radio. The service was so fabulous. The ladies gave me a call, they set up an appointment, they come with their professional looking attire, they're just so cute, and they come here, and it was a great experience. It took 20 minutes to switch over to the Alive service. It was simple, it was easy, and they just made me feel so welcomed. They explained everything. They hooked me up with my new phone, they gave me my data package, as you can see, hey. And it was fabulous. It was a wonderful service, but what I really liked best about it was not only did they come here and make it easy for me, but they continued to check up on me. The next day, they made sure that everything was working properly with the phone. I didn't have any issues. The following week, they contacted me again, and I've built a relationship with them. They've continued to check up on me. I feel like I'm part of the Alive family. It's amazing.
Coca-Cola Bahamas has always been a strong community partner for us. They've supported and helped us too.
Reach hundreds of young men through Sprite basketball.
Create a fun and interactive United FC.
Go a little bit further for our animal friends.
Feed thousands of Bahamians every year.
Preserve our natural habitat.
And celebrate Bahamian culture and Junkanoo on Bay Street.
The Caribbean Bottling Team is committed to the communities that we serve around the entire Bahamas.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Looking to upgrade your refrigerator stove or purchase an affordable home generator? We've got the perfect solution for you. Bahamas Welding and Fire is the best choice for the lowest prices in town. We carry top-of-the-line outdoor barbecue grills, air conditioners, refrigerators, stoves, generators, industrial hardware, and garden supplies with a wide assortment of tools and accessories. Open Monday through Saturday. Telephone 394-0004. BWF, we're more than just our name.
If you love seafood, it has to be fresh. Nobody understands this better than Geneva Brass Seafood. Yes, we're back for your wholesale or retail supply of fresh conch, lobster, grouper, jack, snappers, whatever. Geneva Brass Seafood, Eden Street off Arrington Road. Call 422-5349 or 803-5153. Geneva Brass Seafood open 7 days a week. Say you heard this ad on radio for your 474 coupon and get 5% off store-wide. Geneva Brass Seafood. It couldn't be more fresh unless you go and get it yourself.
With the increasing popularity of vacation home rentals and development projects, the island of Eleuthera offers many investment opportunities for Bahamians. President of the Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce, Thomas Sands, called the uptick a shining light of possibility. Sands, who will be speaking at the upcoming Eleuthera Harbor Island and Spanish Wells Business Outlook on Thursday, believes participants will be able to get a full grasp of how the island can realize its full potential. He added that there are already Bahamians who have realized the benefits of the current Eleutheran climate, but believes the outlook will increase those numbers.
Bahamians who have worked in a strong tourist environment, who's had greatest exposure in the world, are the persons who see it and know how to execute on it. I've seen a number of Bahamians who are moving from Nassau who have worked Atlantis, they've owned their own businesses, they have lived and worked elsewhere in the world, and they're coming back to Eleuthera and they say, I see something here.
Now, Sands says this year's theme, creating a world-class Eleuthera, Harbor Island, and Spanish Wells, fits perfectly with what is happening on the island. A new component has also been added to the outlook, a business license workshop. The workshop is designed to shed light on how to make business license processes easy and efficient with experts at the helm. The one-day seminar is set to take place at the Valentine's Residences Resort and Marina on Harbor Island.
In every business, you must understand your market. Who is your market? How do they need to be serviced, and so forth. And in terms of Eleuthera, because we have so many visitors during the winter season that potentially have disposable income, that is a big part of our market. And so you have to figure out how you service that market. So I think one of the important things for a Bahamian that is there or a Bahamian who's coming in is to understand how you provide for that market. And I found generally, because they come to an island destination and they don't expect to find it, don't expect to find the services, they're either trying to bring it in or trying to substitute. We have to give the level of comfort that it is here and at a standard that they are used to.
Well, many Bahamians are in need of financial assistance for one reason or the other. Included in this number is Grand Bahamian Tyrone Theophilus Smith, a veteran DJ. He has prostate cancer and came to ZNS appealing for help.
I need finance help. I need Bahamians to realize that I need help. I am begging now because begging is not a part of my portfolio, but I am begging the Bahamians to give me a hand, bless me in any form or manner that they can. And those who can't bless me with finance, bless me with prayers. I could use that. That is just as good as money, or maybe better than money.
Well, stay tuned. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news to come.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
AID features Napa Auto Parts which meet or exceed OE specifications. Parts for Asian vehicles are available at great prices. Filters from $2, brakes from $22, tie rod ends from $21, head gaskets from $10, and fuel pumps from $32. AID is also your destination for the best selection of automotive accessories. Hubcap sets from $22.45, steering wheel covers from $4.50, car mat sets from $8.45, and seat covers from $34.44. Wipers, wash and wax products, motor oils, and automotive chemicals for every vehicle. Angle grinders from $44.53, pressure washers from $162. For the month of April, Napa brakes and brake components are 15% off at all AID locations. AID is now open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. AID, Blue Hill Road and Wolf Road have all you really need and more.
Where can you find amazing selections of tiles from around the world? Exquisite medallions, pool mosaics, all colorful, bright and bold. They got granite countertop for the kitchen, elegant vanity zincs for the bathroom, tile care and ruby too. Everything you need and more at the Tile King.
The Tile King, located 69 Wolf Road. For more information, call 326-TILE or 326-5464.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
To the greatest mother in the world, thank you. Happy Mother's Day from the both of us.
This is for me.
Oh my gosh!
So this is what we doing now? Okay, bro, watch this. For me, I have a surprise for you. Come with me.
You got to be kidding me.
Don't let your sibling one-up you this Mother's Day. Come on down to Connaught Bahamas and catch their Mother's Day sale today.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
Yeah, child, I can ride this right on this rim. Y'all guess what? What? I ain't got no spare.
Did we just get a jump from the hacker? Nah, this flat. Guess what, bruh? If you back around the corner of Wolf Road, there's a tire too.
I go in there right now.
Don't look at nosy, Shirley.
You just shut up in my head in the back there. Stop making nerves.
Hey, sweet boy, give me one of them tires. And while you at it, check this back.
Epic Wolf Road now has tires too. Why not replace your tires on the weekend? Wolf Road is open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit us today.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Well, it's time for your first check of weather this Monday. We head over to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Hey there, Basil.
Hi, Keisha. In this look at weather, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the Family Valance, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting treating you. It is 79 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Tool, Key and Abaco also at 79. Marsh Harbor 76 degrees. The Berry Islands 78. Allenstown, Bimini 79 degrees. In Harbor Island 78, 79 in Rock Sound, Eleuthera 80 degrees here in the capital. Fresh Creek, Central Andrews, Kemps Bay and South Andrews, Daniel Key in the Exuma chain all at 78. 79s in San Salvador, Rum Key, Otterstown, Cat Island, Georgetown, Exuma at 80 degrees. A little further south, more 80s in Crooked Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Ragged Island, Betsy Bay, Mayaguana 79 degrees, 79 also in Acklands, Matthew Town, Inagua 81 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands 79 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Pink Setter. In the northwest and central islands, the winds will be east to southeast around 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate chop. Low tide, well, that will take place at 8:18 tonight. For the southeast Bahamas, we have caution flags up, winds out of the east at 15 to 20 knots, very choppy seas 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And as we go into tomorrow for the northwest and central islands, winds rotating clockwise, becoming southeast to south at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. The low tide at 9:11 in the morning, high tide at 3:16 in the afternoon. Caution flags once again in the southeast Bahamas tomorrow, winds southeast at 15 to 20 knots, and the wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have southwest to west winds. They will be shifting behind a front system, which will go through in the afternoon hours. The details coming up later in the newscast. Speeds around 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Tide-wise, low at 10:10 in the morning, high tide at 4:18 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday, southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast, and your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your travel forecast brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 18 minutes.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Weight loss is a health priority for many Bahamians. When we are overweight, we are at a much higher risk of diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, certain cancers, and even mood disorders like depression and anxiety. If you add 30 minutes of brisk walking to your daily routine, you could burn about 150 more calories a day. To lose a pound a week, you generally need to eliminate 500 calories a day. Of course, the more you walk and the quicker your pace, the more calories you'll burn. To reap the most health benefits from your exercise intensity must generally be at a moderate or vigorous level. For weight loss, the more intense your exercise or the longer you exercise, the more calories you burn. However, balance is important. Overdoing it can increase your risk of soreness, injury, and burnout. If you're new to regular exercise and physical activity, you may need to start out at a light intensity and gradually build up to a moderate, vigorous intensity. Eating fewer calories through dietary changes seems to promote weight loss more effectively than even physical activity. Combining 30 minutes of walking with sensible eating habits can make a difference. Commit to losing weight through healthy eating and exercise and improve your health starting today. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
Meet the Smith family. They're on vacation in the Caribbean. Since they aren't familiar with the islands and they want no hassle of renting a car, they downloaded Get Me Ride from their App Store, a transport service in the Caribbean to provide safe and reliable transportation. All they need to do is open the app, input their location, and set their destination. Next time you need a ride, let Get Me Ride be there for you.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
Bonaventure Medical Laboratory at East Avenue, Centerville and Sandyport celebrates 20 years of providing quality laboratory services with timely results. While partnering with your physicians and insurance companies, we have expanded into our modernized facility providing EKG testing, the latest in gonorrhea and chlamydia STD tests, rapid tests, paternity screens, online reporting of results, and also phlebotomy training. Visit or call Bonaventure Medical Lab, open daily at 7:30 a.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. or visit our Sandyport or Southside Clinic locations.
Battery and tire specialists want to improve your ride with their new wheel alignment services. Rough roads can make the steering wheel shimmy, your car drift sideways, and even make you skid in wet weather. Professional wheel alignment extends the life of your tires, prevents expensive repairs, and saves you money on gas. Battery and Tire, 7 Terrace, Centerville, 325-0547. Battery and Tire Specialist. We keep you moving.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say. With a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to sports. 6 years after they struck gold at the 2012 Olympic Games, the red carpet is still being rolled out for the country's Golden Knights. The latest celebrations came this weekend in Grand Bahama. The Grand Bahama Port Authority honoring the members of the 4x400 meter relay team, hosting Chris Brown, Michael Matthew, Ramon Miller, and Demetrius Pinder to a reception in the Port Lucayo Market Square. Brown spoke with our Ricardo Lightborn after the event.
Well, you know, it's good. Give God thanks and praise for all that's going on, and me being able to celebrate this with my teammates. But it's a great opportunity. It's great for the country. It's great. We appreciate what's going on for us right now, and looking forward for tomorrow.
You know, we haven't forgotten from 212 to 218. We still got you guys in our memories.
Well, you know, that's a good thing, because a lot of times, a lot of people forget about what happened before, and you know, something like this, it's definitely history in the making. And again, you know, just being able to compete with my teammates was also history in the making, because we haven't been able to really compete with the 4 of us again for a while. So with injuries and other stuff going on, you know, it's just a blessing to be able to sit and communicate and just catch up on old times. So it's a good feeling, and I enjoy being home, and thank the Bahamian fans and the public that support us from then to now. So I really appreciate it.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Michael Pintard, unveiling the plans for sports in the Bahamas, in particular the second city, Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Both by the government
and the Grand Bahama Port Authority is to help brand Grand Bahama in general, Freeport in particular, as a sports destination, not just for national events, which we are presently hosting in several disciplines, but also for international events. At this time, I'd like to once again thank Sarah St. George and the Port Authority family for, in an earlier discussion, having made a commitment to work with the government through public-private partnerships in building out a wide range of facilities in Grand Bahama, the most significant of which at this point is a commitment to partner with us on the construction of a 15-meter swimming pool, which has created tremendous excitement in the Aquatics Federation in the Bahamas in general, and of course among swimmers here in Grand Bahama. That would certainly position us in a very significant way to not only hold international competitions, but also provide a space for training of both collegiate, high school athletes from around the world, as well as professional athletes who would prefer this climate. Grand Bahama economy is presently challenged, but we believe that we will turn the corner, and it will only happen through public-private partnerships.
Stepping into the ring, ready to rumble, is newly elected president of the Bahamas Amateur Boxing Federation, Vincent Strawn, who is no stranger to the sport. Strawn has served in the past. The lacing of the gloves and throwing punches to get the sport back on track will come naturally.
I have more to give than people could imagine. I have a passion for boxing. I always had, and it never went away. And thanks be to God, I was given the opportunity to return, and I made good of that opportunity because that was the right thing to do.
Outgoing president of the Bahamas Amateur Boxing Federation, Wellington Miller, is optimistic that the newly elected executives will make the right moves and the sport will have a hard-hitting return to prominence.
I feel great about it. Vincent is an experience and have the passion for the sports. Thompson, one of the vice president, Shervin Johnson is one of the vice president. All of them was involved in boxing from the beginning. So I believe that once they get together and once they start putting their plans together with their new energy, boxing will take off.
What better way to kick off the beach soccer season? Host a major international tournament. Our Amajal Knowles tells us that the executive of the Bahamas Football Association are preparing for a sizzling tournament.
We're less than 5 days from the Bahamas Beach Soccer Cup, where we will see our Bahamian men's national beach soccer team take on some tough international competition at the BFA Beach Soccer Stadium. Our news team caught up with a few players as they prepared for the upcoming event, goalkeeper Ivan Roll and wing Kyle Williams, on just what the team is doing to ensure they have an impressive showing this weekend.
The Team Bahamas is putting in a lot of work on the sand and off the sand, some gym work and some other stuff at home that we've been doing. In preparation for this upcoming tournament, we have Mexico, a team we played before numerous times. We know their style of play, so we're training more tactically now, so that we'll be ready to face them.
Preparation for this tournament has been pretty great so far. The past 6 weeks we've been going all out, about 4 or 5 days a week on the weekends, twice a day, preparing the guys, getting the tactics, getting our fitness together for this competition. So the preparation, I'd say, is being good, along with our coach, who came down on the weekends to make sure that we're in good shape tactically to face the teams next weekend.
The competition not exactly strangers to our boys here at home, as they've beaten the USA before and have faced off with Mexico several times. So as far as Boogie and Kyle are concerned, they should fare well.
Mexico is a good team. They're one of the top rankings in this region, but most definitely with the training that we've been putting in and our coaching staff and all the Bahamian fans that's coming out to support us, I believe that we will have the definite edge to beat them.
And just as important as the actual preparation is the overall health of the team, and most of the players are in tip-top shape, this according to the duo.
Well, we have a good physiotherapist on board. She comes in, Miss Gina Patton, she comes in, she works with us, she makes sure we get our stretches in, make sure we hydrate and ice at home, any little knocks and bruises, like you say. It's a very physical sport, and like we said, we're in training mode, so we're training hard, we're training in game mode, so guys are getting a bit knocked, but we're good to go. We're training and icing, we're still out there running hard.
Yeah, we've actually been kind of good this lead up. We've had a few guys that had a few knocks. Boogie, our goalkeeper, he had a little knock on his shoulder, but he's back now and he's good. So not much injuries at this point. So that's really, really good. We just got to continue training hard and stay clean, you know, and also stay healthy.
Again, the Cup begins on Friday as the Bombs are set to take on Mexico at 7:15. On Saturday, they will face Spain and finish off with the USA on Sunday. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Thank you so much, Amajal. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Meet the Smith family. They're on vacation in the Caribbean. Since they aren't familiar with the islands and they want no hassle of renting a car, they downloaded Get Me Ride from their App Store, a transport service in the Caribbean to provide safe and reliable transportation. All they need to do is open the app, input their location, and set their destination. Next time you need a ride, let Get Me Ride be there for you.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan, or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
Cellular and Electronics is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. From the latest in cell phones and accessories like the iPhone 6s Plus to the Samsung S6 Edge, the latest in game consoles, games and accessories. We also carry the best hoverboards, stereo sound systems and much more. We also have certified technicians to fix all your electronic needs. Located in the Coconut Grove Plaza and the mall at Marathon. What are you waiting for? Come on down to CTI Cellular and Electronics today.
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
The month of May Mother's Day Prize Palooza. Just buy these products and enter to win great gift cards or cash for your mom. There'll be 2 winners every week in the month of May Mother's Day Prize Palooza.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evo.
Ripped jeans, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evo.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather satellite pictures showing some convectivity ahead of a frontal system, which is just across northern Florida, and it's making its way towards the south and east. These showers will be lurking around right through Wednesday, but come Wednesday afternoon, the front itself will push through the northwest Bahamas, and we could see some clearing skies by Thursday. Tonight, we are looking at partly cloudy conditions with 1 to 2 showers of thunderstorms remaining in the forecast tonight. The low temperature getting down to 72 degrees. Tomorrow, it's going to be a mix of cloud and sunshine, again with isolated showers and thunderstorms popping up here and there. High temperature tomorrow, about 85 degrees. And your extended weather forecast over the next 7 days, keeping you in the mid-80s right into Thursday. And then things will start warming up as we head into the weekend. And as you can see, showers remaining in the forecast into Wednesday as a result of that approaching front. But we'll see some clearing skies on Thursday, an abundance of sunshine heading into the weekend. So once again, you can start planning your outdoor activities for the weekend.
Sounds perfect. Thanks a lot, Basil. Well, that does it for us in the Bahamas tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks so much for looking in. Have a good night.